We'll find out. We'll find out in the next 15 seconds.
Welcome to Pop Culture Parenting. I'm one of your hosts, Ra Jonlynn. I do relationship counseling and somatic and attachment work and family constellation work.
And I am Dr. Dylan. I'm a chiropractor. I am an energetics practitioner, a somatic practitioner, and
a lead teacher at the Luminous Awareness Institute. Don't forget.
Okay, and who are we doing this week?
We are doing Harry Jowsey from Let's Marry Harry.
What is that?
It's a reality TV show because
Okay.
he's been on other reality TV shows. And I think that the producers were just like, we like Harry, how do we get him back on TV? And they did a good job.
So reality TV.
Yes.
So if you watch reality TV, this is going to be good.
This was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only 3 episodes in, but it was pretty good. It came out yesterday, so that's pretty good for us.
So who's Harry?
All right. Spilling the tea on Mr. Harry over here. He's an Australian. He's 29 from Queensland. He broke out on Too Hot to Handle and then Perfect Match, and then a podcast called Boyfriend Material. His dating history has been pretty terrible, as he keeps referring to. But now he is a different person because his father has died and he feels really masculine and ready to have a family immediately or someday. And he wants a wife, kids, farmer's market, and he wants family. So here we are, finding his wife. But I think like the biggest fun thing about this is he's not even finding his wife. He has 3 other people. He has his ex-girlfriend, Georgia. He has a guy friend he really trusts, and he has a girlfriend that he really trusts. And they're the people that are actually picking out the girls that they think are best. So it's not even that he's trusting his own.
He's outsourcing his discernment.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't trust himself at all.
He doesn't trust himself at all.
No, it just makes.
So how are these women supposed to trust him if he doesn't trust himself?
Honestly, don't understand. I don't really think he's ready for a wife if you can't trust who your wife is. But he says he is, and now there's a show about it, and we're here to talk about it.
Okay. And he outsourced it to his ex-girlfriend.
I just said that.
Oh, you just said that. Obviously, I've got my listening ears on.
I'll put them back on for you.
That's what we do with our children.
Mine are on. That's not my problem. All right, so we're going to go into his epigenetic blueprint first. So this is just our way of mapping him. The biggest thing he has here is a fire distortion. You know all about fire distortion, so you can go.
A fire distortion.
You can relate.
So fire is our relationship with power, power over, power under, how we essentially strategies on how we get our needs met. And so the fire distortion is the seducer, it's the charmer, and at its worst, it's the psychopath, right? So the fire distortion at its worst is lashing out.
Full intensity.
And essentially in a bid to have power over the situation, over the person, over the relationship, and also as a bid, I guess, for safety too as well.
Right, which is why it's kind of interesting he's not even choosing the wife.
This is something really common. People who have the distortion and wisdom qualities of fire, well, men and women, when they're younger in their 20s, when it hasn't actually evolved, when they haven't healed those parts of themselves quite yet, it expresses as seduction and charming and kind of keeps you at the surface in relationship. So essentially Harry is a prime example of, you know, like a playboy or a fuckboy.
But supposedly he's changed now and he's ready and he's not a fuckboy anymore, except he did just like make out with everyone all at once, and he said it. He was just basically living the dream, because you remember he was just sitting by the pool on this chair, and then the girls were taking turns to get their time with him, so they just kept coming up to him and making out with him over and over again without him even moving or doing anything. Okay. And he was really stoked about that. And that is Fire Awakened, because he really is just this charming, seductive, like enjoyable human to also be around. It's like that flirtatious energy that you can't get enough of. It's really magnetic. And
so that's not the awakened quality. So I would say that the awakened quality of fire is true leadership. Leadership from an aligned place. So like when he first came out on the I'm a changed man, I've grown up so much, I'm really ready for marriage, I'm mature, I'm not a playboy anymore. I was really hopeful. I was like, oh wow, like he's really changed. He's really showing up in his leadership, his power with, not power over or under. He's like, I want this to be a great experience for everyone and all of this. But then that was just all for show.
Just so much temptation.
Exactly. He reverted back to his seducer and his charmer. And so...
But I mean, I think like they both get to exist.
I feel a little bit sad for him because, you know, I think that especially when his father died, because I know my father died last year. And actually, it's funny, just today in the office, I had a client whose father is on the verge of death. And he's like, it's a deep initiation for a lot of men. And it can create opportunities if they choose to take them and to take better care of themselves, to want to settle down, to want to have children, to want to start their own family. And I think that those, like that inspiration that's coming from the death of his father is really coming through his system, but I don't think his system's actually ready to hold it, like that vision. Like I feel his true desire for family, for children, for a wife, but it's really obvious that his system is not ready to hold that big vision yet.
Not at this point, definitely not. He's going to make a mess. And so this comes into kind of like the water distortion he has. So his big ones are fire and water. And water distortion is reaching, but it's not landing. It's like this never enough. Our cup like isn't getting full. It's this serial intensity. So it's like someone can generate a bunch of closeness, but not hold it. So you like get to the depths, and then it just like falls short. And we really see that a lot in the relationships of him. Even when he's talking about the death of his father, like touching the emotion, but then he doesn't actually bring it all the way through to get that connection or get that full release.
Yeah, and so like when you watch him, you see the emotion coming up, and it's genuine, it's authentic, it's bubbling up, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. It doesn't lead to deeper connection. It seems like these things kind of surprise him, and then they just kind of don't lead to further depth or connection with the people that he's interacting with.
Right, which is also some of that like fire distortion of like the fear of not really being safe.
Totally.
You know, so we're really mixing with these two distorted qualities, and it's showing in the show. Okay.
So what would awakened water be like? And does he show it in the show?
I think he does, because awakened water is having so much access to that unconditional love and like presence, that care for people's stories, that care for other people's experiences.
Like authentic care.
Yeah, and like when you see him sitting down with the other girls and stuff, I think it's why people just fall in love with him really quickly and, you know, feel really met by him, because he does have like a really big heart and a lot of care and connection, which also makes him really enjoyable to watch. It's a great quality. It makes him personable. Like you like him. Yeah. Like I like him. I'm like sad around this show because I like want him to get married. I want him to do really well, but he's not ready. So the show's kind of just a joke.
Well, we haven't finished the show, so it could get really messy, which can obviously be fun and great watching.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of why a lot of people watch reality TV, isn't it? Isn't it for the drama and the chaos and the flare-ups?
It's so relatable, you know what I mean? It's like your life, but being maxed out, because the producers are also helping this charge and drama, so we can really relate to it. So the next excerpt is attachment style. Okay. So with him, it's definitely pretty anxious because there's like this level of it not really being safe. So that anxiety, right, is to have that reach, and sometimes it's met, sometimes it's not met, and you just don't really know. Yeah. And so that brings that anxious attachment. And then we also see he has a lot of avoidance, like an avoidant exit. So if it's not feeling safe, he will just disappear.
His inner authority to his friends.
Yeah.
Just in how that relates to this attachment style.
Well, also related with like Faith. You know, he got really into Faith. They were on the boat. He's like fully making out with her, like super into it.
Sorry, for a second there, I thought you were talking about God. Right, Faith is a character. Right, Faith. Faith is the one.
We liked her a lot, and then she got really, oh my God. Faith was on the boat. We really liked her.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
She's Mexican. She was the one that's in nursing school.
She's Mexican-American.
We really liked her a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're like, got close, started making out a lot. Like they're having this whole intimate expressions. The first girl he really made out with on the whole show. And then she came back and gloated all about it. And then he was just like, not into that. Like, fuck that. And then even though there was a connection, I'm good. Can't do that. So like it's that quick exit approach too, and that's the avoidant exit that we see, that you can see in the attachment style. That was just one of the bigger examples, right? So like he really wants a family, but is he able to really be one, and like you said, really actually hold that vision? All right. Relationship strategies.
Birthday parties. Remember what happened at the birthday party? One of the women had
Oh my
a
God, that
birthday.
was so good.
Like,
Yeah,
what is
go.
this relationship strategy?
One girl had a birthday who he had never really talked to.
This
you
is
remember
fire.
it?
This is the
Total fire. This was
fire.
so good.
This is like, we're having a birthday party. Oh, you're the birthday girl, and he just like slowly latches on and just kind of seduces her and ends up in the closet upstairs with her.
Yeah, then the other girls like got him out of the closet.
Right.
But that's how he went into the closet. So it's really that like charm as a preemptive connection. It's like,
Right.
oh, you're the birthday girl who I didn't even know was your birthday party. Let's go like make some jokes about cake and go hide away in a closet. And it was just so easy and like fine. And then also he has this thing about public narration. So this is the part of feeling safe. So he's the one to tell the story before anyone else tells it. So he's the one to actually out himself, say, oh, this is my past, this is what happened, before anyone else can come in and create a story or dialogue about him. So it keeps him really safe.
Controlling the narrative.
Well, smart. He has a narrative. Keeps you charming.
Okay, that's nice.
And then he surrounds himself with protectors, right? So this is the friends, right? These are the relationship strategies. He doesn't feel safe. He doesn't feel really trusting in his own self. So he's putting these other people so he can feel safer in the world. And so this is part of a relationship strategy. All right, so what kind of parents would create this behavior?
That's a great question. Relatively unavailable father, I would say.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think if he had like a very present father that was, supporting and shepherding him into manhood, he would have his inner authority. He would I think he would feel much stronger about his own voice and his own ability to choose and to lead from his heart. I know nothing about his family, but I'm just speculating that just a lack of a strong, discerning, guiding father figure.
Because we know he also has sisters based on the show. And I mean, we don't do any research on him prior to what we're seeing in this specific show. But so he's around a lot of women, so it's interesting too that he's...
What do you think his mother's like?
Probably very watery. I would say there's just like codependent, like really loving, a lot of care, a lot of warmth, a lot of like very available around him. A lot of compassion, probably super family oriented, but not in a way where anyone's holding really clear, healthy boundaries. So there's just a lot of mergy energy, which is why then he can come in with a girl and come out and just be so unsure about himself, even though he's all these sisters.
Himself. Yeah, exactly.
Right, he just
like,
loses
there's
himself.
So many moments in the show where he's like interaction, hookup. You're watching him and he seems like he's enjoying it, and then you come out and he's like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Like a self-abandonment.
And that's kind of like the masochistic too. He has to really sit with it. You'd like think he has a fast system.
Earth distortion.
Yeah, but he actually has kind of like a slower system. So he's like fast in the world. Like he likes it to be giddy and happy and smiley. But then he really processes internally. So you actually don't know what he's thinking until you kind of like give him a big breath to sit with it.
It'd be interesting to see him without so much pressure, with someone that can actually attune to him, like a woman, right?
Yeah.
Who can actually connect with him and attune with him and actually go slow enough for him to connect with what he's actually feeling.
Right, and I think as we go into like, should we adopt him? And be like, yeah, well, if we wanted to adopt him, that would be the motherly experience for him. Like if I was his mom, actually giving his archetype presence, just be who he is, without me taking him on as his mom, right? Like I'm just not going anywhere. My love doesn't go anywhere, and he wouldn't have to charm me or perform for me to like keep me interested or engaged with him, right? It's actually just like his beingness is more than enough, and I think that's what's a little off. Is I don't think he really got met for just who he was as enough. He just got so much positive affirmation for probably how cute and how charming and how sweet and how loving he was, just like he's getting now on the reality TV show. Like he has really sparkly qualities. He does. He's like a sparkly unicorn. Like you're gonna get seen.
He's seeking that because that's where he holds his value. That's where he experiences his value.
Yeah.
Is in that space.
And so I'd love if I was his mom, really slow down and actually just get to be with him and take off that performance face and like he's actually enough there. Like in the slowness and in the like, we actually don't need to do anything. Like I bet he wasn't bored often. I think he could have been bored more. And how about you? It says daddy. What would you do?
Would I adopt him?
He's so cute.
We don't want to reinforce his attachment to his appearance and how people perceive him, right?
Oh, it seems like Daddy would set some nice limits about that. I hear you.
If I was his father, I'd want to provide him with the conditions and the space for him to develop deep trust of his self, deep trust of what he's feeling, deep trust of his own voice, deep trust of his inner authority, of what he's called towards, right? Creating spaces and opportunities to support that and to reinforce that, mold him into anything, to really support that inner world and fostering that clarity, so that when he goes out into the world and he's making choices and dating people, he has such a deep trust of his own inner compass that he can rest there, right? There's so much in his system. I mean, you can see in the reality TV show of just, he's agitated. So there's so much unsettled nature in his system. So I'd really want to support the settling and the trusting in his system through different communication styles and just encouraging that direction for his development.
Totally. I mean, I just feel like if he was our child, teaching him like different breath work and meditation at such a young age would have been so supportive for him.
And
just being really safe in his...
Are you attracted to this color or this color? Great, let's paint with that color, right? It's like, keep getting him to just trust his instincts and to trust his inner voice.
Yeah, instead of always looking outward, which is so much about fire.
What color should I pick that these people over here are going to want to be friends with me? Or what color do my friends like? Let me pick that one, right? It's like continually refining that so that it's so strong and clear. A white fire, not the red one.
Cool. Well, in our next episode, we're actually going through the girls, and by knowing him and his archetype and awakened and distorted qualities, we're actually even really clear and able to see what kind of girls are even a good match for him or not a good match for him. And so we're going to go through some more of that in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Till next time.
See you later on the next Pop Culture Parenting.
See you later, alligator.